Norm Macdonald and Sports Show with Norm Macdonald premieres tonight at 10:30 on Comedy Central. Norm.
Hey, how are you, man?
Hey, how are you? We just talked a couple weeks ago. You did the show here in Royal Oak.
I know.
How'd it go?
What, you think I'm an idiot?
No, I'm sorry, Norm. It's just that, you talk to so many people. We just assume that you would never, ever remember us.
No, but you know what happens sometimes, which is weird? If, people sometimes will recognize you because I don't have to tell you I'm a huge celebrity.
Of course you don't have to tell me that.
I guess I do. You ever tell someone you're a celebrity or not a celebrity? Here's another thing. If someone, if something says celebrity in front of it, celebrity golf, celebrity apprentice, don't expect that big a celebrity.
Yeah.
Boy, is that the damn truth.
Yeah, that's true. I'm a celebrity. Get me out of here.
You can't. They don't even dare make the phone call. You know what I mean?
That's a great observation.
Fabulous. Have you watched Celebrity Apprentice, by the way?
Yes.
Is that show it's endless entertainment, isn't it?
Yeah, I get addicted. I think everything sucks. Obviously, it does. And then I'm not watching this thing. Whoa, who's Meatloaf? It doesn't look. So you get hooked in.
And then of course,
don't tell me because I've got a couple back from the TiVo.
I don't quite understand. No, I won't take anything away. I won't spoil it for you. But I don't quite understand how it is that these people so easily forget that they have these celebrity careers and then make complete asses of themselves on this show. They seem to forget the cameras are on.
Yeah, I don't know what happened. I don't know what happened to the world.
Yeah,
I remember there used to be reality and entertainment, and the entertainment, those guys look down on reality. Then one day they give up.
Of course, they put Gary Busey on there, and he becomes a punching bag.
They can't throw him off either. They can't fire him. He's too much fun.
Yeah, he's too much fun. Of course, we've done 3 interviews for Celebrity Apprentice, all of them Gary Busey. He can't hear.
He can't hear.
Yeah,
we've interviewed him 3 times, Norm, and every interview goes the same way. He can't hear us.
Can't hear us. He gets mad. He started talking about Charlie Sheen, and then ended up thinking that we started the conversation and said, "I don't want to talk about Charlie Sheen. I want to talk about Celebrity Apprentice." It's like you started it.
You know what we'll do, Norm? We'll load the Gary Busey drops we have from those conversations.
Oh, yeah, throw that in during our convo.
You'll get an idea.
SOBER stands for son of a bitch, everything's real.
Oh, yes, he does. That's the cool thing he does. He works words,
right?
Yeah,
the Buseyisms, yeah. Mm-hmm.
Charlie Sheen's off limits.
That's a great thing. Busey is. You can sell T-shirts and stuff.
Sure.
What's that? Start over with that question, please.
There he is.
Can you talk a little slower, please, so I can hear you? What?
That's great.
Yeah, that's Gary Busey for you.
Yeah.
Norm,
what about those guys? They always see these guys like, oh man, he's in bad shape. And I look at him, I go, I'm in about that shape. Or what about those guys it's like Jeff Conaway, or
Celebrity Rehab?
Negotiate the hamburger on the floor when he was drinking. Remember that guy?
Oh, yeah. Hasselhoff.
Yeah, Hasselhoff. So you're looking at him, and he's a mess. He's on a floor with he can't even get a hamburger going.
Oh.
And then he's in way better shape than me.
God, that was so gross.
He's a judge on that show. The guy's making a ton of money.
God.
Yeah. Well, he's a judge on what show? What are you? Did you?
America's Got Talent.
2 years ago.
Pardon me?
Did you invent a time machine 2 years ago?
That hamburger was so gross. Ugh.
Yeah.
Jesus.
I should give Norm his plug, which he's more than due. Sports Show with Norm Macdonald tonight on Comedy Central. And the interesting thing about this is, Norm, apparently this has been tried quite a bit to do a comedy show, kind of using the world of sports specifically.
Everybody's tried to do the sports comedy show for the last 20 years.
But it never works.
No, not once.
Well, I'll give you credit for being the next guy to try. Why do you think it'll work for you, Norman? I don't doubt it. I'm excited about this. I'm going to watch.
Well, none has ever once succeeded in, as you said, the last 2 decades of trying to cobble one together. And people ask, well, how is yours different? The problem is it's exactly the same.
Although
I don't have high hopes.
Yeah, but you do.
No, it's it's going to crack the code. No, it's really funny show.
Well, I understand
it was funny last night, and we're going to show it tonight. We taped it late last night, and then we're going to show it
late last night.
That's one of the concerns, Norm, is that sports is so current that this is the kind of thing that just ought to be live, because can it get old in 24 hours? Is that possible?
Yeah, your mouth to whoever runs Comedy Central's ear. I know it's a guy. Because I wanted to do it live for that very reason. For that very reason, you crystallize my thoughts with such ease.
Wow. Well, let me try and crystallize your thoughts again here. And this is coming from my brain though. But what about the aspect that sports is so with the real? You have those hardcore super sports fans who I think would love a show like this. But if you get too deep into the minutia, are you losing sort of the mainstream? I mean, do you have to sort of dumb it down to do sports in order to catch?
Well, you have to dumb it down in the sense that I have to dumb it down in order to understand what I'm talking about, because I'm a dumb. So I love sports, but I don't know. I hate sports talk radio because they know too much. And so, I go, people go, I watch every football game, and if people went like, hey, who won the Super Bowl 7 years ago? I'm like, what? I have to look it up. Let me Google it. I don't. Now, this is the great thing, because I never had a good memory, but I got to Google.
But right. You've got writers.
So I can be sitting beside the most knowledgeable movie guy ever, and he's like, remember that movie with Gary Oldman, and he wore a hat? And then, if you have one of them iPad 3s, you go, certainly you're talking about Desperate Woods.
Don't you have a couple of writers, though, that are non-sports people, just so that they can say at some point, this is too deep, guys, you're getting into too much minutia, to kind of bring you back around to reality on this show?
We only have two guys that are minutia guys, and we call upon them to when we want to know specific dates, if we have last-minute jokes and we want to know specific dates. But I don't find dates or even records, some records, but most I don't find interesting. I like the game, and then I'm waiting for the next game. So I just want to hear about the last game.
Norm, you're getting a big old plug this morning in USA Today. They've got it's about 10 paragraphs. Nice little story there. Did you see it in the sports section?
No, I didn't. No, I did not.
They got a nice picture of you, too. This looks like it's from the set. You're standing behind a lectern, and you've got some cue cards in your hand. And Norm does he look like he's been scrubbed up a little bit?
Yeah, he's happening. Look very professional.
And what?
You look kind of freshly scrubbed there, Norm. You look all totally different.
I'm probably heavily made up.
Yeah, heavily made up. You've got a sport coat on.
Yeah, you're totally different.
Yeah, they just give me that stuff when I get there. I don't know. If I had to go to a sports coat store, I wouldn't. My problem is everything looks alike to me. So, I'll go, my God, that necklace. What would something like that cost you? And they're like, $1. I'm like, oh. And then I go, too bad about that thing around your finger. And they go, you mean my ring? And I go, yeah. What's that? Not worthless? And they go, no, it's the crustal minor diamond. There's only one of them. Listen, I'm employing hyperbole for the joke, but you know what I'm getting at.
Yeah,
I think so.
I don't know what's good.
Yeah, I can understand that. I'm the same way, Norm. In fact, I'm kind of like you. I don't really. Well, I don't know. Maybe you dress up a lot, but we don't know about it. Because I see you in a sport coat, and I go, "Wow, Norm's really dressed up." Well, you're just wearing a sport coat.
Well, that's what I'm trying to.
I'll buy clothes. I'll go and buy clothes, right? And then I come back, and I go, "What do you think of this?" To the guy downstairs works the coffee thing, and he knows fashion because he's a barista. And, so then him and his barista friends laugh openly at me for about 4 minutes.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, jeez.
And then I skulk away in my red tracksuit.
Well, I'm always trying to figure out, like we, for example, with the Masters, we just come off that and talking about fashion. I can't believe that if after all that golf, all they give you is this really ugly green jacket. Where else can you wear that green jacket except for maybe if you go to Augusta and stand around the golf course and people go, hey, you've got a green jacket. If you wear that jacket anywhere else, people are going to think, what an ugly sport coat that is. I mean, what's that go with?
That's true.
I mean,
that'd be like if you won a bowling trophy and they gave you a size 8, a shoe with an 8.5 on the back.
That's exactly right. Yeah.
Norm, by the way, the Masters was I thought really exciting. I know you are a huge golf fan, which I didn't realize. Golf is apparently right in your wheelhouse. What did you make of the Masters?
Well, it could have been the greatest Masters ever played until it was ruined by Charles Schwartzel. Look, I don't want to name names. I don't want to say anybody in particular, but...
you mean the guy that spells his name Charl?
Yeah, that was a lot of fun.
Yeah.
What, the family was so poor it couldn't afford an E?
Or an S.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, no, it's Charle, I think, right?
Charles. It was just an L, wasn't it?
I believe it ended in L,
There was no
so.
E or S.
No, look that up. You got to Google. Come on, man.
Yeah.
I'll do that.
We'll get our minutia people on it.
There's got to be somebody standing to your immediate left with a Google machine.
Yes.
Norm, what about Tiger Woods? For some reason, he's getting, and I know we got to run along here quick. You got another one of these coming right up. But what about Tiger Woods getting the largest ovations of any golfer, and yet he hasn't won a golf match in 18 months, and we just found out that he boned about 50 chicks outside his marriage. Why is he getting applauded more than anyone, and more than he ever was applauded?
I think the latter.
The 50 chicks?
No, I don't know, because he's the greatest golfer that ever lived. And then this is the thing: there are two stories happened. First one I watched for the last 15 years was he's the greatest golfer ever lived. He's going to beat Nicklaus and go for Sam Snead for all times wins. He has a date with Destiny. And then they came out. Oh, there's another story also. He likes to lie down with ladies. So then I was like, oh, well, this one doesn't seem as interesting. And I'm like, now he's not going to do the other one. He stopped playing golf. So then I'm like, oh, God, what happened now? And what disgusting thing can I try to imagine him doing? So anyway, finally, that phase went back. And then we went, he's much better at golf.
Yes.
It's much more entertaining watching him play golf than it is watching him avoid guys with cameras and helicopters.
Yeah, he was a sex addict, and he's gotten that all taken care of. He went to the sex addiction program and succeeded.
Yeah,
and
a joke.
A sex addict, or as I call it, a man.
Yeah, really. What a joke. Sex addict.
They're calling your name somewhere else. We'll let you go. We sure appreciate the time, and we will be watching. In fact, we'll be regularly TiVoing you at 10:30. Sports Show with Norm Macdonald. You'll be the first to succeed. I can feel it.
Peace, baby. We'll do it.
Thanks, Norm. Great talking to you.
Thank you.
See ya.
And we wrap up our Norm Macdonald. Norm Macdonald at the Royal Oak Music Theater a week from Saturday. And I assume, Norm, a little sleepy?
No, not at all. life is for the living.
What's on the agenda today?
Well, let me think. Oh, I have to go work on this. I'm working on this television program pilot for a television program.
Yeah.
And
I was hoping you were going to get into TV again because your shows have been great, and I heard that there was something in the works.
Yeah, there's a pilot for a television program.
A pilot for a television program.
What's it going to be about?
It's going to be. You ever see The Daily Show?
Yeah, many times.
Yeah. So. It's going to be me watching The Daily Show. That was a joke. No, it's going to be a sports version of The Daily Show.
I like it already, Norm. And are you the host?
I'm the host because I know about sports.
Are you a huge sports fan?
I'm not like insane like guys on sports radio, but I know a lot about it, and I don't know anything about politics, and I know everything.
But you were subbing for Dennis Miller with O'Reilly, though, weren't you, at some point?
Oh yeah, I just made that up. Sometimes I'll go on one of those politics shows.
Yes.
And then I just agree with whatever the guy says.
Did you have a good time with O'Reilly, by the way?
Yeah, he's all right. You laugh at his jokes, and
then he's happy
and agree with him.
And you agree with everything he says.
Yeah.
But I do that in real life anyway. I find when it comes to politics and stuff.
Yeah. Norm,
I find if you can have I found this. I had a conversation the other day about computers with a guy.
Yeah.
I don't know anything about it, and he was an expert.
Yeah.
I found a new skill that I think I'll teach people. Like what you do is you talk to the guy, right?
Yeah.
And then he says all this gibberish that you don't understand.
Right.
And then you keep that in your head, and then you agree with them, and then a couple of sentences later, you go, hey, but what about the Flash, which he said like 3 times. So then he talks, and because people just like talking.
Right.
So it was hilarious. I had a big, long 20-minute conversation about hard drives and all this crazy stuff.
He wasn't the wiser. He thought you were totally up to snuff on it.
Oh, yeah. He thought I was a genius.
On the politics...
It turned out we were on the same page about a lot of it.
Oh, did it?
Yeah,
is that right?
You were on his.
You agree with so much of what you're... Yeah.
Norm, when you were hosting the correspondence dinner, that's such a brutal crowd. God, I don't know who was there, but Bill Clinton was laughing his ass off, by the way. But I was surprised, first of all, that you would even... I would never have the balls to do something like that. It just didn't seem like a great fit for you. But
the room is so weird.
But it seemed like the longer you paused after your jokes, the more people would laugh, and it seemed like you were doing all right.
Yeah, it went all right. Like the president, I think he's just trained to laugh, at whatever, when you stop talking,
Yeah.
He'd laugh.
Talking about pausing between things, it makes me remember that the roast, I guess it was for Bob Saget, I think, where you were just reading those index cards. And it was so great because all those veteran comedians everyone was laughing uproariously, but when it kept going and going, somewhere it went from laughter to sort of concern, where I looked around like, okay, is this still funny?
Well, the crowd was pretty quiet.
It was funnier yet for us watching them at some point go, I don't know if this is that funny anymore, and you just kept going. That just was awesome, man.
Very Kaufman-esque.
Yes.
Well, when I was doing it, they have guys in the audience from the TV,
Yeah,
sure.
The cover of the show. So then, as I was doing the whole thing, you can't see that much into the crowd, and you only see a few people.
Yeah.
And anyways, all I saw for the whole, I think I did it for 12 minutes. I cut it way down. I did it for way too long. But anyways, all I was staring at was the scowling visage of Alan Thicke.
I've never seen that visage scowling before. Why would Alan Thicke? Why would he take it so hard?
I don't know, man. I mean, his lady friend didn't care much for me either. I'll say that.
Oh man, how old is she?
No. Oh, she's about 20, I think.
Yeah,
doesn't he go after
probably.
Miss Universes and stuff?
Yeah,
he hosts the show and then he goes after the winner.
Yeah, he's known for that.
She was Miss World, but now she went from Miss World to Mrs. Thicke.
Norm Macdonald is at the Royal Oak Music Theater. It's on November the 20th. It's a Saturday night, 8 p.m. showtime. And Norm, I wanted to point out that you're having a much more productive day than the last time we called you, when you were buying a camera from Tom Green that particular day.
Oh my golly, man! That's funny. Yeah, I remember that.
Yeah, and you were plugging. We were plugging the same venue, the Royal Oak Music Theater, and the show killed. So
yeah,
a nice crowd.
That camera met a bad fate.
What, Tom Green, did he rip you off?
No, what, you want me to tell you the story?
Yeah.
No, I was walking down, well, you guys know this from Detroit, there's sections of town that are more, that maybe are more dangerous to your health than other sections.
Right.
Sure.
So I was in a rougher area of town, a place, kind of place Philip Marlowe might frequent,
Wow, that's heavy.
I was walking around, it was downtown Los Angeles, it was around the Nickel, and because there was a dog place, my friend was rescuing a dog or some stupid thing, and by the way, when it turns out you're rescuing a dog, it just means you go to a pound and buy, and take it.
Yeah, you don't jump into the ocean or anything and keep it from drowning.
Yeah.
No. So anyways, I'm waiting outside, and then this big, giant guy comes towards me. It doesn't matter what color he is. And he's walking down the street, right? And he has one of them lazy eyes. Like, have you ever seen the actor Forrest Whitaker?
Yes.
Sure.
Yes.
So
great reference point, by the way, Norm. Beautiful reference point.
Yeah. So he had Forrest Whitaker eyes.
He'll tease you.
So you're
You're
trying to tell where to look.
Yeah, it's a terrifying look because, like, one of the eyes looked dead, Anyways.
Yeah.
So then he freaks out because you're only looking at the other eye?
Yeah, the one eye was really scary. The other one, not so much.
Right.
Yeah.
So I was taking a picture of the filth that surrounded me because I thought it would be very artistic. Anyways, this character walks up to me. He's about a foot from me. He goes, hey, I like your camera, So then there's a big, pause, like one of those roast pauses,
Right.
And then I go, I can't think of anything to say, so I go, do you want it? And then he goes, sure. So I go, okay, here. And then he went on his way.
And then he went on his way. What other pictures did you take?
What happened to the camera? Is that the end of the camera?
Yeah, my camera's gone.
Oh, no. Boy, that's too bad.
Were you afraid if you didn't give it to him, he was going to take it anyway?
Yeah, at those moments you measure things very quickly in your head. I mean, when he said nice camera or I like your camera, it was more than a compliment.
Right.
But the nice thing is, Norm, it would appear that you generously gave him the camera as opposed to having to go home and tell people, oh, my God, my camera got stolen today. You could say you did something really charitable.
Yeah, there's that. And plus, I thought I could lose more than my camera. I could lose my... I could lose my life at the worst.
Right.
I could lose my sweet virginity.
Yeah.
But this Kevin Farley, Chris's brother, is the special guest for the show. And now, does he do all the van down by the river and all that stuff, or would that'd be kind of stupid, wouldn't it?
I think he throws them he looks a lot like Chris. So at the beginning of the act, he usually throws them a bone, to get it out of the way. He'll say something like Chris, but because he looks a lot like Chris.
Yeah.
But I'm not gonna kid you. Kevin's a work in progress.
Okay, that's all right.
Knowing Chris the way that you do, are there some pretty strong similarities between the two personality traits, that sort of thing?
Oh yeah, there's huge. I mean, he's really close to Kevin. He's like. He's like Jim Belushi without the dough.
Boy, that's a tough gig to take on, though. If he looks a lot like Chris and he's a lot like Chris, but Chris was a seasoned comic.
Man.
I mean, a hilarious guy, and to take that on, he's got some balls, I guess, right? Yeah. Maybe.
No, absolutely. Chris never did stand up, so I'm trying to mentor. Is that what you call it? Is that the word?
Yeah.
Mentor? Yeah, I'm trying to mentor Kevin to be a stand-up comedian. and so far, I won't say it hasn't been disappointing. No, he's great, and he keeps getting better and better. And I got him up here in Los Angeles when he's not on the road with me. He's at the Comedy Store every night, working it out. It's like he's like my Apollo Creed.
Wow.
Oh, man.
Now, if he was thin, would you tell him to gain weight, Norm?
To be more funny?
No, just to be more like Chris.
Well, no, I think he's got to keep the weight up to be funny. I got him a strict regimen of every day. I get it's like Rocky. I got a big a blender. I liquefy some lard up. He swallows that.
All right.
And then he sweats. Here's the thing. After you eat a quart of liquefied lard, you tend to lie on your back and sweat for a good 25 minutes.
It's very attractive. Norm, there's some complaints from the Peanut Gallery here because you're not scheduled to be on Conan in the next couple of weeks, and we all thought, well, surely Norm is going to be one of Conan's first guests.
They were talking about putting me on as a first guest. And then I had stand-up, and I couldn't do it.
Yeah.
And then my stand-up got canceled, so then I could have done it, so then I was excited, but they already had a guest.
Have you heard much about the new late-night book that's out?
I heard a little bit about it. I want to get it.
Your old buddy Ebersol is got a nice little segment in there. Apparently, Conan had you booked on the Tonight Show, and this was the 9th show. When he just had kicked in, and apparently Ebersol thought that was just the craziest booking ever because, Mark, how did he put it exactly?
He compared it to booking Norm Crosby.
Oh, my God. I could probably find that
guy. He didn't understand the history of your appearances with Conan.
Yeah, didn't quite get the show that he was involved in. Doesn't understand it, I guess.
Yeah. Meanwhile, Norm Crosby was one of the best Tonight Show guests ever, as I recall.
Yeah, you can take that as a compliment.
Norm Crosby, goodness gracious. Well, maybe because my name was Norm, and I don't know. I guess Dick was trying to be funny by
it might just be that's what
my first name Norm and making fun of it. You know what I mean? Which he's probably had that done to him many times. He probably doesn't have a lot of reference points since Norm Crosby, so that could be part of it. Wow. I got to read that now.
Hey, it's really good, Norm. There's more Norm references in there, aren't there? I mean, that's all you care about. You're going to go to the back and look under your name and see what pages you're on and go right to those pages?
Do I do that? Yeah, I do that, yeah.
Doesn't everyone do that?
Yeah, and usually it's a waste of time, like usually end up reading none of the book. Like, for instance, The Origin of Species.
Oh, you went and looked for your name?
Yeah. Norm Crosby was in it.
How disappointing that must be.
It's amazing how few times your name appears in a glossary.
Well, it'll be great when you're on Conan because I mean he considers you one of his favorite guests. And I read that you guys started the same together. Actually, that started Saturday Night Live the same time he started Late Night. Apparently.
Yeah, it was cool. It was like the day before I started Saturday Night Live, we all sat around and watched Conan on TV and 30 Rock. It was a riot.
Mm-hmm.
So it was fun. It's been fun to see. It's been fun to see our entire career, all the different, Well, you guys can craft that into a sentence, can't you?
all the parallels.
I was thinking about it.
Maybe all the parallels,
Yeah, exactly, the parallels.
Yeah, I mean, look at how you ended up leaving SNL, unfortunately, and he ended up leaving NBC, unfortunately.
Yeah, exactly.
Something about that.
You know, I wish when I left SNL that Twitter existed. That would have been incredible.
Oh, wouldn't that have been something?
Yeah.
Hey, Norm, what was the deal the night you uttered the F word on SNL? Was there any reason to your rhyme or rhyme to your reason?
Well, no, it's just that I swear a lot, and then that's kind of I'm always kind of surprised that I can get through stuff without swearing, and then in unguarded moments, like it's easy enough to read off cue cards and not swear. Then in unguarded moments, what happened there was like something got caught in my throat, and then I said, "What the f?"
Wasn't that liberating to say that?
Yeah. And then I was pretty certain at that moment that I'd lost my job, so it made the rest of the newscast pretty simple to do.
No, that didn't have anything to do with you losing your job, did it?
No, it didn't.
That was that was all to do with O.J., was it? And the fact that Don Ohlmeyer, we would later find out, was very close friends with O.J. and actually was rumored to have harbored him after the murder. And you had some of that great humor following that tragedy, including I think something to the effect of like, well, we know murder is legal in California today. It was great stuff.
You can't make jokes about a double murder a fine, upstanding double murder like O.J. Simpson. Obviously, anyone knows that'll get you fired.
Yeah.
Well, the funny thing now is O.J. is in jail for stealing his own shirt or something.
I know. Isn't that funny that he's the guy who's like locked away seemingly for life for something as stupid as his memorabilia?
Yeah, it's like, I don't know how street smart you guys are, but in prison, there's a pecking order. And guys that steal their own shirts are way low down. Whereas double murderers are way high up. But, you know, he'll go, no, I killed 2 people. I'm like, no, you didn't. We saw that trial, you know.
Oh, man.
Oh, boy.
By the way, I just want to throw some at you. We had a laugh the other day because you've also, along with O.J., you used to have a lot of Michael Jackson material, and we were laughing the other day about Oprah, who had the Jackson family on as she heads towards the end of her show. And I'm sure you didn't see it, but I would think you would have had a great laugh where the creepy Joe Jackson sitting there with his wife, Catherine, they're talking about Oprah asking him if he had beaten Michael, who had, of course, a million times talked about his father beating the crap out of him. And he's like, no, I never beat him. I never beat him. And then he would go on to say that, well, he whooped him, but he didn't beat him. And then Catherine jumps in there and she says, oh, just admit it, Joe, you beat him.
Yeah, you beat him with a strap.
What a family.
To which he goes from saying he never beat him to, yeah, he did beat him, but the whole world liked him, and none of his kids are in jail.
Isn't that just great?
And not only that, and none of them are on drugs or dead, which is kind of ironic since Michael was on drugs and is dead.
That's right.
Yeah. Oh, my God. He really said it? None of them are on drugs or dead?
Pretty much, yeah. He said something about, a lot of kids end up on drugs and dead.
Well, they end up dead, yeah.
My kids are never in jail, and I whooped them.
Isn't that great?
This strap sounded like, I don't think I'd want to face that strap, I got to tell you.
Oh, man.
Yeah, no kidding.
Wow.
Well,
so, now we know.
Ignorant fool.
He whooped him. He didn't beat him. We finally have the truth.
Poor Joe Jackson, though. He was shoeless.
Oh, that's the same guy. That's right. He was quite a baseball player. In fact, I think he hit .375 in the 1919 World Series.
Oh, my God. You know too much sports stuff.
Yeah.
And I think someone once ran into Joe Jackson on the steps when Michael was being tried for child molestation, and he said, "Say it ain't so, Joe Jackson."
Was that the same guy?
Yeah, it was the same guy that said, "Say it ain't so." Wait. The whole thing's a little muddled to me now, but yeah, it may have been, Norm.
Yeah, I remember that he was in that Black Sox scandal, and that was terrible. But also, wear those shoes, man. I mean, I hate to keep harping on him, but wear those shoes.
Yeah, that's an old story. I think Joe was teaching some dance moves to the kids, and he had some new shoes. And I guess from practicing the dance moves so many times and hitting Michael with the strap because he wasn't getting the moves down, he got all these terrible blisters on his feet. So the next day, when he went to the show to see the kids perform, he couldn't wear his shoes. The blisters were so bad. Hence, shoeless Joseph Jackson.
Well, what are you, Robert Stack?
Yeah. That's how it goes, Norm.
That was good, man.
Thanks.
All right. Was that a moonwalk? I don't know. The crowd here is appreciative.
Yeah, that was something.
Can you teach me how to moonwalk?
Ignorant fool.
Is there much money in comedy CDs anymore? I mean, there really isn't much money in CDs, I guess.
No, there isn't any money. That's the other reason it's kind of pointless to do. Like, you go and do it, and then I think they sell some, and then you go, hey, man, what about because I went to they used to have record stores.
Yeah, one time.
Yeah, I remember that.
Yeah.
I'd say, listen, man, I noticed my CDs was in those record stores, and what's going on with those? And then the guy goes, oh, yeah, we'll get you the money. How about Tuesday? And then I'm like, yeah, that's cool. Then Tuesday would come and go, Then I'd phone the guy and go, listen, man, I can't help but notice there's less of those CDs in the store. People must be buying them. He goes, oh, yeah, they're doing well. I go, well, where's my cut? And the guy's like, you around Friday? No, I never saw a dime one for that. But these music industry executives, these guys make Forrest Whitaker look like Edward James Olmos.
That's quite a comparison.
I know. I don't know what that meant, but they're frightening. Both eyes are dead. That's what I was trying to say.
Is that what it was?
Yeah.
Well, I do recall on one of your CDs the thing about the. I believe it was about the superheroes, which was very funny, and in fact, it was Mr. Fantastic. The more I think about it.
Oh, the Fantastic Four.
You were Mr. Fantastic. Actually, that was fantastic. That was very effing funny, man.
Thanks, man.
That was very good. That was probably a long time. How long? Jesus, that was quite a while back, actually, wasn't it?
Well, when I thought of that thing, I was like 8 or something. I remember that's because I always wanted to do it on SNL, and they wouldn't let me do it. And I was like, but me and my brother, always used to laugh about it because when I was a kid, we read Fantastic Four, and then, there were Johnny Storm as the Human Flame, and Sue Storm as the Invisible Girl, and Ben, gosh, I can't remember his name, but anyways, Ben was the Thing. All because, they were thing-like and invisible. And,
right.
And the Human Flame could set himself on fire. And then Reed Richards, who could make his arms go like an elastic band, was Mr. Fantastic. So it seemed like a gyp to all the other guys.
Yeah. It's like, wait a minute, man. How come, he does this, I does it, but you're Mr. Fantastic. That's not right.
You should be Mr. Stretchy Arms.
Yeah.
Okay, enough reminiscing.
What was that was some dirty work.
There you go. Everybody's asking about Artie, Norm.
Yeah, Artie's, well, I talked to him, when did I talk to him? About 3 weeks ago. And he was bursting with energy and sounded great.
All right.
So I have not seen him since the unpleasantness, but from what I've talked to him and the friends I know in New York that have seen him, he appears to be doing very well. And I just hope he stays out of show business for as long as he needs.
Norm, I know we've probably gone over our time, but hey, it's been great. We'd love to get you in the studio sometime, but if not, we'll see you at the Royal Oak Music Theater on the 20th.
Man. I'll go in the studio.
Yeah, come on in, man.
Yeah, we'll have fun.
Do you come in on Friday or Saturday?
I come in the day before. I come in Friday.
And you wouldn't mind coming in at about 6 a.m. so you can come play with us?
Right. Oh, yeah, no, I can't because that's too early. I forgot. Wait, my gigs... No, I come in Thursday, I think.
Oh, do you?
I think so, because the gig's Friday, right?
No, it's Saturday, Norm.
Oh, no, I come in Friday.
Well, that'd have been a drag.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, I come in Friday.
Norm would have showed up. He'd have gone to the theater. And actually, nice thing is they have a big marquee there in Royal Oak, so you would have seen that you were there on the wrong day.
That would have been a metaphor for show business, right? No, it wouldn't.
I'd love to see that, a shot of Norm and 4th Street in Royal Oak scratching his head looking up at that marquee.
Yeah.
Yeah, on my BlackBerry trying to find what the word metaphor means.
There you go.
Well, Norm, we will see you on Saturday. It's an 8 p.m. show with Kevin Farley. And let's see, tickets are on sale now at ROMTlive.com and tickets.com. So, Norm, if you want to buy any, feel free. That's why I'm telling you.
Now, listen, man, when it comes to buying NormMacdonald tickets, I've been burned before.
Sorry to hear that. We've all been through that.
I've been through that. And then you go, this guy hasn't done a single malaprop since he's been up there. What kind of a... No.
You better get that BlackBerry out again.
I know.
Who's that dude?
In my clumsy way, I was trying to go back to Norm Crosby.
Yeah, right.
Oh, okay.
Right. May come full circle.
Yeah, I was trying to come full circle.
Well, listen, man, it was awesome to talk to you.
All right, baby.
Very
it was
funny.
Really fun.
Very funny
Thank you,
guy,
Norm.
man.
Rock and roll, guys.
See you Saturday.
Sir.